Hey, storytellers, happy Wednesday. So, today we're going to talk about how books are stories. Did you know that sometimes books can be stories? Yeah, we're going to learn about that today, okay? So, we have sometimes when we're writing, we've been talking about how we can get stuck. Like, we've run out of ideas of what we could write about, okay? So, instead of sitting there and being like, I don't know what I'm going to write about, so I'm just not going to write, we have to be creative and think. Okay, so we talked about utilizing our chart. Okay, so looking at the chart that we made last week, I can write about things I love. I can write about things I can do. I can write about things I know. I can write about the past. Okay, and then yesterday we talked about how we can also sometimes find something in our house or outside, and then maybe it reminds us of something we could write about. So yesterday I talked about this is a dad. So then it reminded Mrs. Wallace that she could write a story about how her dad and myself like to go fishing together. Okay. So today we're going to talk about that stories can also be stories, can be stories that we write about. Okay. So I'm going to share some stories that we have already read during writing. Okay. This one is my absolute favorite. You guys remember this one? Not a Box. I loved this story. It was so silly. Remember? On the cover, it looks like a box. But then on the inside, the bunny turns it into lots of fun things. Like here, he makes it a volcano. Here, he makes it a building on fire. And on this page, look, he even makes it a robot. Okay? So when I look at this story, it reminds me that I too sometimes at my house with my kids, sometimes I give them a box and they do all sorts of fun things. They like to make box forts. Do any of you guys like to make box forts? So maybe you can write about a time that you were building a box fort with your friends or your mom and dad. Okay? We also read about our flashlight book. And remember, the boy went in the dark and used his flashlight to see lots of animals. Okay. This book didn't have any words. I thought that was really interesting. So look here. The boy's using the flashlight to look at a deer. Oh, maybe that reminds you that your dad likes to go hunting. When I see a deer, I think about the time that I almost hit a deer when I was driving my car because it ran out in front of me. That really scared Mrs. Wallace. Okay. Then I have this story, What Do Authors Do? And I look at this page. Oh, look. Shows a dog and a cat. I could write a story about my cat. I have 2 cats. They like to chase each other all the time. So I could write a story about my cats. Okay. Oh, and I love this one. You know what? This is the first time I ever read this book was this year. The Alphabet Tree. So in this story, we had a bug and he was visiting the tree, all the leaves. So I could write about a story about how I saw ladybugs in my house. Right now, where I live, lots of ladybugs are trying to come inside because it's starting to get cold outside. So I could write a story about how I found ladybugs in my house. So at home, if you are having trouble with coming up with the topic to write about, you could get out some books to look at. Hopefully at home you have an adult or an older sibling that likes to read to you. If not, hopefully you have books that you can look through. Okay, so maybe you can get out your favorite book and you can look through the pages and you can find something that you really like in that story to write about. Okay, maybe you could write about the favorite character in your book. Maybe you could write about the favorite part of your book. Okay, so I think today I'm going to write a story about this one. Oh, remember I told you this story reminds me of my kids building box forts? Okay, so I'm going to write a sentence and it's going to say, we like to build box forts. Let's count how many words that is. We like to build box forts. That was 6 words. Okay, you ready? We like to build box forts. Oh my goodness, look at how long my sentence is going to be. It's 6 words long. We're going to write the word we. W. Very good. It begins with W, wind, w. Oh, and remember, it starts with the uppercase letter. E. It has a long E. We, and then we need the sight word like. How do I spell like again? Like. Very good. We like to. How do I spell the sight word to? To. Very good. Now we need the word build. That's a little bit of a harder word. Build. What's the beginning sound in the word build? Good. B, bat, b. Okay. Now, at home, if you are having trouble sounding out words, that's okay. You could just put the first sound you hear on the line, and then you can go down to the next word. Okay? So we can just leave a B for build right now. We like to build box. B. Another B, bat, b. Ah. Ooh, look at my mouth. Ah. Oh, octopus, ah. And then we need a x. X, fox, x. We like to build box forts. F, fun, fan, fun. Man, Miss Wallace almost forgot. Now again, forts might be a little tricky, so as long as you write the first sound, that's okay. Okay? Now what would my picture look like? I'm going to have a picture of us building box forts, right? I wouldn't have a picture of a rainbow because we're not talking about rainbows. Okay, then after I go through everything, I might get out my 5W poster. Who is there in the story? I said my kids. Do I have a picture of my kids? Where are they? Where do you build box forts at? We build box forts in our living room. So I need to make sure my picture, I draw my living room. Okay, so you can go through your 5W poster. All right, boys and girls, so today I'm going to challenge you to get out your books at home and look through them and see if maybe you could write about something from those books. Maybe it jogs your memory about something that happened to you in the past. Maybe you can write about your favorite character, your favorite part. Okay? Thanks, boys and girls, for watching. See you guys later.